And I'm not promising I won't scream like a little girl if something comes tearing out of this thing. Welcome to TNT Homesteading. This is Terry. Right now, the project on tap is to work on this old outhouse. Let me show it to you. I took the roof off when we were taking care of the tin roof on the carport, and basically there's not much to it. I've thought about trying to save this wood. I'm not sure it's worth saving. Let's see. I'm not sure this wood's worth saving. I know some of it's not. When we first got here, something had decided it wanted inside really, really bad. One time I was here and it smelled like something had crawled in there and died. I never found anything. I've got a couple different ideas of tearing this thing down, but it really needs to come down. We're sort of tired of looking at it. It's pretty nasty. It had lots of fish and stuff inside of it, so I don't know how long it's been since it was a working outhouse. But I mean, there's still some old fishing lights. We got most of the stuff out of here on one of our dump trips, but the floor is still littered with leaves and worm boxes, and I see part of a reel and some just fishing junk. Nothing in here worth keeping. It's just whether or not these sideboards are worth keeping. I'm thinking sledgehammer, hammer and a hammer and a pry bar, and possibly a chainsaw. Between those things, this should come down. And then depending on the shape will depend on if it goes to the burn pile or if it gets stacked up to be used later. All right, so I've taken some pieces off the front here so I could get to the hinges on that door, and started taking pieces off the side. The first one came off okay. The second one just split in half. It's 1/4 inch plywood. It's not in very good shape. So I've pretty much decided at this point I'm not even going to try to keep it. So I'm probably going to break out the chainsaw and make quick work of this and get it over to the burn pile while it's still burning. Walls are mostly down except for this very bottom board here. Lots of trash in the bottom here. But the wall, probably just going to put my gloves back on and see if I can't just tear that down. Both walls. Cleaning out that floor is going to be gross and disgusting, and I'm not interested in moving that box in the least little bit. But knowing that the wood wasn't any good, that sure made this job a whole lot faster than trying to pull each one of those pieces off. And I'm not promising I won't scream like a little girl if something comes tearing out of this thing. Well, that wasn't too bad. I really figured it'd be a little bit more difficult than that. Think she'd notice if I left it like this? Yeah, me too. I think it's time for a drink, and then I'll worry about that floor next. Well, I just finished raking around it some more. Had a little bit fall out, and I had raked before I started, but with everything else going on, it had blown some stuff back in and drugged back in. So I got a nice, good, safe ring around this fire, as long as it doesn't set any trees on fire. And it's not getting as high as some of that cedar stuff was, so. All right, I now have to pick through leaves and trash and stuff to get all this crap out of here, so I can try to get this wood up and over to the burn pile. Wish me luck. My bride had a wonderful idea of just getting the shovel, so I went and got my shovel and scooped all that stuff up. She also found, we knew we had something in here die one time. I'm not quite sure what that is. But it's sort of cool. All right. I guess we're about to see what's underneath that thing. Well, nothing's gonna get me. Gonna come up in two parts though. Yeesh. All right, I don't know how many of y'all know the Johnny Cash song, Burning Ring of Fire, but that's what I thought of when I saw that. Someone had some really bad tacos. That's what I gotta take care of. It's not really bad, it's just heavy. It's 4x4s. I'm not sure what the floor is. It might still be that plywood. Not a lot here. There's some of that fishing stuff that's fallen through some holes. I thankfully don't see a great big huge hole full of poop and like. So I'll clean this up once I get that floor over to the fire. And there you have it. All done. There's still some bricks where it was sitting on, and I'll mess with those later, possibly. You can see it over there burning. I'm glad I decided to just do that. There really wasn't anything left in that to keep. And all the stuff in the floor and inside of it is in here ready to go to the dump. It was easier. Yeah, it was easier than I was expecting it to be. And I'm okay with that. Too often my projects I think will be easier than they're going to be. Anyway, that's it for tonight. I'm going to sit down in front of a fire, eat some dinner here in a little bit, and enjoy this beautiful fall evening. I hope y'all have a great day, and I'll see y'all on the next video.